Yes. Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning. Whatever time it is you are viewing the show, I am your host, Elbro Iradiast, the summer motherfucking hole, my beautiful goddess, Sophia. I grow. Let us up our glow, and off we go. Okay. So before I get rolling on this episode of the Bro Show, I'm gonna throw it out there again because I did throw it out there yesterday, and I added my family in it again, and I do so for their benefit. Hopefully, they can take what their higher selves is sending through me for them to receive and fix and heal whatever that certain thing is, so they don't reincarnate whatever trauma they are holding in because of blocks or whatever into the next round, right? I hold no judgment, no nothing but love for yous. Yeah, I get in my ego the odd time and do a little boo-hoosies because this is 4 years by myself. Nobody at all during COVID. My breakup or divorce of being with somebody, good or bad, for 25, 30 years is still a big difference, and I'm not complaining here, because if I hadn't traveled the path I traveled to this date, the story wouldn't have played out that way, right? I take full responsibility for the path I traveled, but I also acknowledge why that path was traveled, right? I'm not blaming anybody. I send every one of you love and healing. I don't expect to ever see any of you again, and that's not because I don't want to. I just really don't see how you could bring yourself to face me after what everything we went through. And I know everything, and I don't have to be able to prove it. I do have a little bit of proof, but because what I'm saying is exactly what happened, right? So it basically comes down to hurt people, right? If you weren't hurt, you wouldn't want me to feel the way I felt I made you feel, right? Now here's the thing. I'm totally aware that the path I've been traveling for all of us, and I've been healing it for all of us, so my children don't have to, was neglected by the people that came before me, and that's why every relative that talked about past events was shut up, and actually so severely that my father always said that his father's wife was nothing but a thief and a crazy lady, and everything she said about our family was complete bullshit, and she should be in a loony bin. And that's the way he treated me too, right? It's because we're a little more woke, or we see through the bullshit, right? So anyways, you're the ancestral hoarding and just not sharing it like we're supposed to for the betterment of us all, so we can improve these lines, was purposely kept away from me, so I probably wouldn't find out that you pushed your shit onto me, right? So anyways, it's not your shit, it's our shit. That's the way I look at it. I don't look at it whatever. But anyways, that's where I was going with that, and I will be talking about my family obviously again, because that is what I'm an expert at, right? What I've went through and how I've healed it, and everybody that knows me knows I fucking have healed it, right? I used to be that dog, and that's why I attracted a dog, right? if you're gonna marry the barn lizard, expect the lizards to be running around, and I'm not putting myself above that, because I was the same energy too, right? So all these people telling the stories, the family members and Papa, especially in Florida, not everybody's stupid, and they know that the same energy is always around each other, and the stories you were telling, you were involved with too, right? Like, I get blamed for certain stuff, but yet the driver is totally okay, right? The driver that drove an hour and a half out of their way, thinking about it the whole way, but yet proceeding, didn't do a goddamn thing wrong, right? Or the aunt that I was staying at that stole the silver dollar out of my suitcase when I was at school, right? So fuck off, and only take what resonates. And I just slipped into my ego, right? That's why Whoa, baby! But it's only a slip, right? So I caught it right now. I'm 4 steps ahead. So I'm gonna get off that subject, and I'm gonna put on my wild things and shake my fucking eagles and.
How is everybody doing today, eh?
So I don't know if you guys can see that okay or not, but that's what I've done. I'm gonna hold that right there. You guys can see it. That's the energy behind the number. That's what I've done. I'm gonna hold that right there. You guys can see it. That's the energy behind the number, and that's where my highest self, which is yours too, is talking to me. So I don't know, and I will attach it to this one if I have time, but I did a numerology there, and I went A to Z, and I went 4 rows down. A first time, second time, third time, A to 104, right? And then I got that message under it. But at that time, I didn't know what was going on, so I'm like, okay, I see Christ here, I see Sadie, and I see Martha, and you never called my name, but here's a prediction: 5 years, my name will be the most popular boy's name. So anyways, where I was going with that, and I will attach it if I remember. I had that bust in Deserano that went down, the reserve one there, where I don't know, millions of dollars in weed was confiscated. I even have 2 of the names that were arrested from the reserve on this, right? I will attach it, and I originally posted it September 30th, and I had it sitting around for, well, the day before I had done it, and I put it on the next day. So I don't know when the bust happened, but I'm seeing this, and I showed somebody else it, and they're like, holy fuck, right? So again, that's just my way of showing that, yeah, there is more than just this little fucking nothing that came from, oh, I don't, what did we supposedly come from, right? So again, people, if you think that there's nothing more than this, again, shake your head, because you got a bunch of fog in there, and you're with a big percentage of the states that is completely brainwashed, right? I don't know if you remember here, probably again, about 3 months ago, I put a post on, and I took it off, and I'm like, what the fuck, Mr.T, what are you doing? You don't pick a fight with the dog that don't bark. I mean, in Canada, right? Like, what are you doing picking a fight with your best friend kind of bullshit? I'm like, not to mention, we are the richest country ever to exist in the history of the world now, and we are basically a big fucking battery. Oh, what are we? We're a big battery. Do you see what Ontario just signed? A $2.9 billion battery contract, and that's just the start, boys and girls. So that's one thing, and again, I'll attach this, but the protest in the States there yesterday, where they had the police officer speaking up, and then they had Al Green speaking up for him, and I had to look him up because I didn't know who he was. Apparently he's a Democratic. I don't know if that's what Mr.T is or not. I personally don't care, but they were saying exactly what I said on the video 3 months ago. This guy's basically busted their system on purpose. He's a communist, he's a fucking racist, and he shouldn't be there. He's old school, he's a fucking criminal, and how he got there is, again, check his galactic channels out for subliminal message, because there's no way there's that many stupid fucking idiots in the world to fucking vote for somebody like that and still be behind them after all this bullshit. Again, only take what resonates and disregard the rest, right? So that's the one, right? So I also said about the mortgages and shit when this all went, again, last year, not one of you people out there were talking about AI. Today, it's like, it's everywhere, and like there's so many fucking experts in it, but yeah, it wasn't around. It just all of a sudden happened, just like this Mandela effect. And they are racing stuff, and again, example there, father's like, hey, lay this out in your spiritual community, and I didn't throw it out there because I figured he was setting me up at the time. He's like, ask why the Salvation Army has $1.8 billion in their bank account, and they're constantly begging for money, right? That money's not donated to sit in the bank collecting interest. It's there for the people, for food, for homes, Why do we have, I don't know, 300,000 homeless people and $1.8 billion sitting in a bank account that the people donated? And that's where I said, do not donate them fucking money. If you're gonna donate your clothes, food, but don't give them fucking money because it's not going where it's supposed to be. $1.8 billion, there should be fucking people in houses or mandatory rehab, right? I'm really plugging the mandatory rehab, and this is a money maker. And again, you get all these people on the street, the 300,000 people you got on medication, month in, month out, cha-ching, right? You got them growing fucking all year grow-ops in every community, hemp, mushrooms, livestock, cleaning up the fucking environment that they're a large percentage is responsible for, not to mention the morons that passed the recycle law that never thought, hey, fuck, wind picks up and blows recycle all over the fucking world. But we're gonna blame it on the people. No, put fucking lids on this place. That's common sense. That's the way I look at it. But I also saw what was going on 3 months before the rest, and then again, how people don't see what's going on, right? That whole cold, that was a distraction for like the change here, because here's another prediction: fucking 5-10 years, you're not even gonna be allowed to leave your own country. The way it's going, like fuck. So here's a little tip. Move to a country that wasn't one of the 4 people responsible for the start, and that's when the TVs came in, because those 4 countries are absolutely fucked. More predictions. I've been telling forever, and this is again, you watch the channel, it's like, oh fuck, this isn't good. But yeah, Italy still has people in Italy. They're not evacuated, and again, that motherfucker is going anytime. Are they even showing this shit on the fucking news? Because it's fucking horrible. And other stuff. Why in the fuck are we not allowed to post Canada news in Canada? Good sign right there. We're in a world war if we can't post our news so anybody else can see it, right? We got town elections coming up, right? We put you people in these positions not to have you turn around and remove all the comments from social media so nobody has a say in anything. That's no different than me coming to a town meeting and because you didn't like what I said, you're gonna fucking kick me out or have me arrested, whatever. That's bullshit. You're there to answer questions for the people, so maybe budget a fucking person into the next election that's gonna sit there and answer comments, because again, what is a communist country? It's fucking censorship. How do you guys not see this? You're obviously part of the fucking problem. If you had any integrity, you wouldn't take the goddamn comments off, because you wouldn't be expecting trash to come in. I'm getting a lot of slack for this too. Talking about going into $12 million fucking dollars in debt during a recession. We don't know what's going on, and we're gonna buy a $2 million ladder truck that we don't need. And people are like, well, the other one's 22 years old. Fuck people. It sits in the bay fucking 60% of its life. Find out how many kilometers were on that truck when we bought it compared to how many it is now. That's not my point. I'd love to see a new fire truck, but that's a want list. It's not a need list, right? What is needed? We need to address the homeless problem, because it's collecting garbage, and that's disease, right? I explained it. The dry dust is the worst. You want your kid going out in some containment, picking up, I don't know, some silver dollar sitting on a fucking pair of crusty jeans and shake the dust out of it, and boom, AIDS, HIV, whatever, right? So again, we're gonna buy a $2 million truck that we don't need because it sat in a mechanic shop for 45 days that it probably never had a call on. So during a recession, we should be maintaining what we have for now. And not to mention, the $2 million is probably not going to a Canadian company, right? So that repair money that we're gonna pay to maintain our ladder truck that we have right now, it's pretty fucking sweet, it looks brand new, will be going to a Canadian mechanic, keeping the flow in Canada. Whose side are you on? Go on. And here's another one. We're gonna go $12 million into debt, right? But what do you guys think we should do the new renovations for the town hall? I don't know, leave it the fucking same? I take resonates and disregard the rest, right? I love doing this show. I get all my shit out. I just shit out my mouth. You see, that might have been a shirt. Thank God I didn't have white shorts on. True story. It's on my way. I'm gonna leave that one. I never take a resonates, discard the rest. I am Ron Solo, signing off.